Welcome to Cue the Real. I'm your host, Lindsay Brand. I manifested the life of my dreams and was living the high life until I was fired in the middle of a health crisis. That moment flipped everything and rewrote my life. Through my journey, I found my way back to a different high life, one deeply aligned with what I truly desire. I've learned how to navigate stuck spaces, and now I'm here to show you how to turn life's chaos into opportunity. Welcome back. This is an exciting week as I'm now putting out 3 episodes a week, and I'm finally going to the retreat I manifested on Thursday. For some backstory, a few months ago, I had my eyes on this psilocybin retreat, but it was in a location that just didn't feel right. The travel would have been doable, but more complicated. The timing was off, and I would have had to share a room with somebody else. Still, something in me told me something like this was for me. So instead of saying, oh, well, that doesn't work, I started living like I was already going to the right version of it. I put the money aside in my mind. I told my spouse, I'm going to do a retreat this fall. It'll be easy to get to with a direct flight, my own room, and people I genuinely connect with. I spoke about it as if the plans were already made because energetically they were to me. And now that's exactly what's happening. Only it's the one that fits me perfectly. I have already had 2 integration sessions with the group, and this week I'm getting on that direct flight to go experience what I've been living energetically for months. That's what today's episode is really about, the space between visualize something and becoming it. Because you can picture the dream all day, but until you start embodying it, your reality isn't going to be that. So today I want to talk about how to move from visualization to embodiment. How to stop only seeing it and start being it. How to make your reality match your energy. Let's cue the real. Visualization's amazing. Don't get me wrong. It lets you imagine the life you want and starts tuning your mind to the possibilities. But if you stop there, if you only see it in your head, you're missing a huge part of the process. Your energy can't fully respond until you're showing up as the person who already has it. The next step is embodiment. It's about living like what you want is already part of your life. And I'm not talking about faking it or forcing it. I'm talking about aligning your actions and your feelings with the version of you who's already living your dream. It's letting your nervous system get used to it so it feels natural instead of forced. Think about my retreat story. I didn't just visualize it. I told my spouse. I pictured myself on that direct flight, having my own room, connecting with the right people. And I even put the money aside in my mind. It was spoken for. Every little piece of that is embodiment, living like my dream was already happening. That's the energy that makes the vision real. Later in this episode, I'll give you some practical ways to start embodying your desires, even if they feel really far away right now. But first, let's talk about how embodiment bridges the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. So what does embodiment really look like? To me, it's slipping into the skin of the version of you who's already living your dream. It's feeling how they handle the day and letting that energy guide your own actions. It's stepping into the life you haven't seen yet and letting it move through you, having a feeling of certainty of your future self so fully that it guides everything you do. When you do this, your energy starts to carry the life you want and everything you do begins to reflect it. Everyday moments matter. When you leave the house, put on clothes of the person you're becoming. Take a good look in the mirror. Take a deep breath and settle into that version of yourself. That energy reaches out naturally and touches the people and places around you. This is silent work that everyone can feel. It's the space where imagination starts to flow into reality and the life you've been picturing begins to arrive. Now that we've talked about what embodiment really is, let's explore how you can start stepping into it yourself. The first step, as with everything else, is noticing. Noticing the moments where your energy already lines up with the life you're calling in. Maybe it's how you hold yourself in a conversation, the way you move through your day, or the quiet confidence that shows up when you feel like yourself. Maybe when your makeup feels super on point, so you act different in a good way. Or you just had an amazing workout and you feel like you're on top of the world, so you do things differently than you usually would throughout the rest of the day. Those are little sparks of your future self already showing up. From there, it's about letting that energy guide your actions. Before you walk into a space, take a breath and feel the version of you who already has what you want. Let that energy shape your posture, your movements, the way you speak, the words you choose to use, and the way you respond to what's happening around you. I don't know about you, but a crisis hits different when you're living like you're a very successful person who has all the resources they need to handle whatever comes their way. Now let's go over some practical examples to give you an idea of what would be good to do in certain situations to help you embody who you want to be. Let's say you get a job at a new place that's a higher level than your previous one. You might be feeling some imposter syndrome or intimidated by your new tasks. Maybe you're feeling some tension about how to show up in your first week and want to make a great impression. So you get a few outfits or maybe a capsule wardrobe to limit spending on too many things and dress more aligned with your role and who you want to be. You change up how you greet people now and what you say in response to them greeting you back. Maybe you walk a little more confidently or take the stairs instead of the elevator. You might pack your lunch instead of buying or take a walk on your lunch break to clear your head. It could be anything that you do that you change. Super small that no one who knows you would notice, or big if that's what the future you would do. Another example is you're in a new relationship and you want this one to go differently. You were holding on too tight to your previous ones or worrying or were too nosy and not trusting about their whereabouts or what they were doing. Now you decide it's time to let go because that's the kind of partner you want to be, to trust and love fully. So you don't wonder what's in their phone, if they're really just hanging out with the boys or have any skepticism about what they do in their time. Instead, you commit and let go, living in your truth and trusting that they are too. One last example. Let's say you want to feel more confident, organized, and in control of your day, the version of you who has it all together, even if life feels messy right now. Start your morning by making your bed, pouring yourself a cup of coffee or tea or water, and spending 5 minutes planning your day exactly as your future self would. Maybe that means blocking focused work time, setting boundaries around messages or notifications, or putting on an outfit that makes you feel powerful even if you're just running errands. Then, throughout the day, pause before reacting to anything and ask yourself, how would the me I want to be handle this? And do that. These are small, specific choices that accumulate into the energy and life of your future self. As you continue to make these choices, you will feel a shift and others will too. You'll see just how easy it is to become who you want to be, one choice at a time. I want to thank you all for tuning in today and taking action to get out of where you are feeling stuck and into your dream reality. You deserve to be who you desire to be. I wouldn't be here running a successful podcast if it weren't for Embodiment. Out here living my dream life. I want that for you all too. Be who you want to be with no excuses or apologies. And with that, I'll leave you with this. Remember, you manifest by showing up right now as the version of yourself who already has it all. Start taking actions that your future self would take and watch as you become them.